Today is March 15th, 2016, and this is the very first episode of A Slice of Bacon with Matt Bacon, where I talk about everything but mostly movies and television. And today will be mostly a movies day, since I have news about the new Indiana Jones 5, the Han Solo film coming in 2018, and then I'll be talking about a bunch of movie trailers from this weekend last. And because I do not yet have a theme song, we will go right into the news. This morning, Disney sent out a press release regarding Indiana Jones 5. Both Harrison Ford and Steven Spielberg will be returning, and the film will be released on July 19th, 2019. Right now, I do not know whether to be excited or scared. While I love both Harrison Ford and Steven Spielberg, Harrison Ford is getting a little too old for Indiana Jones. The only way I could be more excited for this film is if I find out it's something like a flashback movie, where something happens in the present, and we get sent back in time, and we get to see a younger Indiana Jones. Harrison Ford is pretty spry for his old age, but he will be in 78 when the movie is being filmed, at least. So I don't know how much he'll be able to do. I also do not want to see Shia LaBeouf come back as his son. That would be a big mistake. So I don't know what they're going to do there. One bit of good news that it seems has come out of this press release is there is no George Lucas attached. He was the one who came up with the story for Kingdom of the Crystal Skull, and that was the weakest link of the movie. That said, he had nothing to do with the weird swinging monkeys, or again, Shia LaBeouf. So I don't know whether to be excited yet or not. I'll have to hear more info, but I do kind of like the idea of more Indiana Jones. This next piece of news, also released this morning, The Hollywood Reporter got an exclusive look at the shortlist who might be playing the lead in the new standalone Han Solo film coming in 2018. The three actors are Aiden Ehrenreich of Hail Caesar, Jack Rayner of Transformers Age of Extinction, and Taron Egerton of Kingsman The Secret Service. Now, there may be others on the short list, but if so, they're heavily under wraps. And I have to say, none of them strike me as Han Solo material. That said, I also didn't think we needed a Han Solo film. So, I do not know if these guys will be great. I don't know if they'll be bad. Here's the thing. I know that the Aiden Ehrenreich, I'm probably butchering the name, the actor from Hail Caesar, he was great in that. He played the cowboy. If you haven't seen the film, it's not bad. It's a Coen Brothers film, so you know it's not going to be horrible. It has its high points, it has its low points. This actor was one of the great high points of the film. He's a wonderful actor, and I can't wait to see him do more stuff. I know he'll do more stuff. Jack Rayner, I never saw Transformers Age of Extinction. I don't have any plans of seeing it anytime soon, so I cannot tell you if he's any good or bad. Taron Egerton, I saw Kingsman. I loved it. I saw Eddie the Eagle, which he is also in. It's a paint-by-numbers sports film, but it's really good. It shows off Egerton's acting abilities, and I know he's going to get more roles. But if I had to pick one of the three for Han Solo, I'd pick Egerton. He's shown that he can do a franchise because Kingsman 2 will be coming out in a couple of years. He has star potential, but I wouldn't mind seeing Ehrenreich either. That said, I would kind of like Ehrenreich to do his own thing, go more of a Joaquin Phoenix route, do indie films or big budget films that are only one movie at a time. I don't want to see him get locked into a Han Solo project because I do not think this is just going to be a standalone film. I feel like if it does really well, which it's Star Wars, it will, it's going to be turned into another franchise. And we don't need another Han Solo franchise. To be honest, I was actually interested in another name that was rumored early on, Dave Franco. And while you might be thinking, oh man, not Dave Franco, he is crass, not funny, kind of an ass, I disagree. The Francos are great, both him and his brother. They all look like lovable scamps. on the surface, they kind of look like, I don't know if I like that guy. But once you know their characters, they're like, oh, he's kind of cool. Dave Franco is easily my favorite part of the movie Neighbors. I can't really remember other films that he's in. I just know that films he has been in, he's made much better. 21 Jump Street is another one. He had a brief cameo in 22 Jump Street. He was funny there. I don't know. I think he'd be a good Solo. He doesn't look like Solo, but he does have that thief with a heart of gold kind of vibe. But here's the thing. We don't know how it's going to be. These 3 names are on the short list, but again, there could be a lot of other names on the short list. Heck, they could have already picked their Han Solo, and this is just coming out to see if they made the right choice. But until we know who it is, I don't know. We'll see. Again, we'll see. Now to catch up on movie trailers. The first one up is Mrs. Peregrine's Home for Peculiar Children. That's going to be fun to keep saying. It was not a great trailer, but it wasn't bad. It was a toned-down Tim Burton. He is directing. And there was no Johnny Depp or Helena Bonham Carter to be seen. So that was good. It stars the lead from Hugo. I don't know his name, but he looks pretty good. The acting in the trailer wasn't great. The special effects look pretty good. Again, not again, I didn't say it yet. But this movie reminds me of X-Men. Not to say that the characters in this movie have the same powers as X-Men. One of them has a projector eyeball. 2 of them are creepy identical twins. One of them can float. So they're not like superheroes. They're just kids with abilities that are a little bit different, peculiar. Didn't get much of a vibe from the trailer for what the story is. It looks like the kid from Hugo plays a savior of some sort, and he's going to have to save the home from a nasty bad guy. And that's really all I could get from the trailer. It looked more like a teaser in that respect, so I don't know what to think. I'm cautiously optimistic. I like Tim Burton. One of my favorite movies is his film Big Fish. Unfortunately, I don't think this looks like a Big Fish type movie, but it still looks pretty good. Next up, Sausage Party. This trailer, this Red Band trailer that came out last night, looks terrible. I am not looking forward to this film at all, and I'm not a Seth Rogen fan. I didn't like the interview, but I loved This Is the End. I liked Superbad. I liked Pineapple Express. None of his films I actively hate. But this trailer, I don't know. It had shock value, but not a funny shock value. They curse a lot, and I guess that's why it's Red Band, because if you guys don't know, this is a film, an R-rated animated CGI comedy about what happens when a bunch of food is bought from the store, taken back home, and the food finds out that being bought is not great. They get eaten. These characters didn't know they get eaten, even though they're food. And the idea is kind of clever, but as they show in the trailer, the food isn't actually sentient. None of the humans can see the food moving. So the food, well, people are comparing this to Pixar. I guess the biggest film that you can compare this to is probably Toy Story, where the toys are sentient. The food here is supposed to be sentient. But since the humans don't see the faces or see anything that's going on in the food's lives, I don't know if I'd call it the same thing. I don't really care about the characters. And then at the end of the trailer, for about 10 seconds, they spend time on who's voicing the characters. And I hate this. Even in Pixar movies, even in DreamWorks films, they'll spend a few minutes, a few seconds, telling you who the voices are. I don't care who voices an animated character. If it sounds good, I'm in for the ride. I don't care that Paul Rudd is voicing a film in this movie. I like Paul Rudd. He's one of my favorite actors. That's why I liked Ant-Man. That's why I went to see it. But knowing that he's going to be a voice does nothing for me. I'm not going to be seeing him acting. I'm going to be hearing his voice. And from what I've heard, doing voiceover work is great. You just come in and do voices. You don't have to physically exert yourself other than your voice. From some, I've heard that this is a pretty easy paycheck. And why wouldn't it be? You sit in a room with a microphone. It's basically what I'm doing right now, which is pretty easy. I'm sitting in my room. I have the door closed. I'm just doing this. It wouldn't be like if I was on video. If I was on video, you wouldn't be seeing this podcast. But I digress. Maybe it'll be hilarious. South by Southwest had a sneak preview of the film. It's still being made. Much of it was not finished. But as you can see, the stuff that is finished looks like next level VeggieTales. But Alan Menken is doing music, so we'll see. Maybe it's going to be hilarious. Maybe it's going to be an R-rated animated comedy that changes the world. I highly doubt it. I think it's going to be a stoner comedy that I'm going to go see and be very unimpressed, but I hope to be convinced otherwise. Next up, Captain America Civil War. This is probably the best trailer of the bunch because it is a Marvel film. It tells a story without revealing too much. I don't know much about the Civil War in the comics. All I know is that this is very different from it. So, since I don't read comics, I can't read into what it is going to be, what it isn't going to be, compared to the source material. But what I can say is that this definitely looks like it's Captain America's movie, but there is a part to play for everyone. You see a bit of Ant-Man, you see a bit of Black Panther, you see Iron Man, you see Scarlet Witch, you see Vision even. It looks fun. I really hope that Rhodey doesn't die in this film. I would like to see a character death or two. I'm not cynical. I just want to see Marvel kind of actually kill off characters rather than kill them off and bring them right back. Kind of like what they did with Groot. A little bit what they did with Peggy Carter. They ended the Captain America movie with her in the past, so you think, okay, it's the future. She probably lived a long life and died. And then in The Winter Soldier, you realized, oh, she's an old lady now with dementia, which isn't bad, but I would like to see this movie actually follow through and kill a couple characters. Call me a cynic, call me whatever, but that's what I want to see. Now, another thing to talk about is Spider-Man. This was the reveal of the Marvel-Sony Spider-Man deal. And he looks pretty dang good. The red suit, while it kind of looks like the old Spider-Man the movie Spider-Man I'm talking about, the one from the Raimi Spider-Man and the Amazing Spider-Man, this one doesn't look to be as edgy. It doesn't have the weird, pointy, edgy spider symbol on the front. Instead, it has a very Silver Age look, which I like. Also, the actor who's playing Spider-Man, which I cannot remember, Tom Holland, I want to say. He sounds pretty good. He only had one line, and the Underoos joke was pretty funny. I'll have to see the movie to see more, but I was already going to go see the film. So, even if the Spider-Man looked like complete crap, I was still going to go see Captain America Civil War. It's just nice that I can actually see Spider-Man and talk about him. What else to say about this trailer? You know there's going to be humor, and a little bit in the trailer works. It's Marvel, it's the Russo brothers, it's not going to be a bad film. Winter Soldier was good, this is going to be good. Is it going to be great? I can't tell you, but it's going to be good. If you didn't come out of this trailer saying, I'm going to go see this film, then Marvel's not for you. I came out of this film saying, I'm going to go see it, this film's for me. And that's about it. Ghostbusters. This trailer is a bad trailer. But unlike Sausage Party, I don't know if it's going to be a bad movie. I like the cast and I like the director. I'm a huge fan of McKinnon on SNL. McCarthy, I can take her or leave her, but I liked her in Spy, so I'm hoping I'll like her in this film because it's the same director. The other two actresses, Kristen Wiig, I enjoy her. She was one of my favorite parts of SNL. I know a lot of people were bugged by her, but I loved her Target Lady sketch. Approved! And I think this is going to be a good role for her. As for Leslie Jones, I only know her from SNL. She's only really done SNL. I saw her actually in the movie Top 5, the Chris Rock film. She wasn't bad there. So we'll see how that goes. But again, I like the cast. One thing I didn't like about the trailer and why it's bad is the misleading beginning. This is a reboot, not a sequel. When it says 30 years ago, 4 scientists saved the world, and now these 4 women are going to do it again, that does not mean jack squat. The past never happened in this film. There are going to be cameos by the original cast, but they are going to be playing all different roles. So I am not too thrilled about that. The jokes are pretty bad all around. I linked to the international trailer in the description, which is a better trailer. It's still not great. It has 2 good jokes, though. One involving a stage dive and Leslie Jones, and Chris Hemsworth, which has a lot of... well, not a lot. He's in the trailer more than he is in the... he's in the international trailer more than he's in the regular trailer. So this could be a good film. Spy had bad trailers too, and I really like that film. And I'm really hoping that this one is good, because the backlash by people who do not want to like the film is baffling. Yes, people saying that we don't need an all-female Ghostbusters, that is very sexist. I am totally in agreement that people saying that are sexist. And people are also attacking Leslie Jones for being a black character who is not a scientist. She has come out on Twitter saying that she liked her role, and because she said that, I am on her side. I'm not going to tell her what role she should or should not take. Again, I'm trying to stay positive. I want to like the film. I like the ghost in the film. The CGI, I had no problem with that. People seem to have a problem with it, so I don't know. I will say Kate McKinnon looks underused. If you are not watching SNL, she is the strongest cast member on the show. Her Hillary Clinton is spectacular. Her characters on Weekend Update are spectacular. Her Justin Bieber is spectacular. Her Ellen DeGeneres is spectacular. That said, this whole cast looks misused in this film. She looks misused. I hope it's good. I'm probably going to go see it opening week. We'll see. Next trailer, Kubo and the Two Strings. This is the next animated film by Laika, which did Coraline, Paranorman, and The Box Trolls. All of those films looked amazing, and this trailer looks amazing. If you don't think it looks amazing, you're lying to yourself. It's stop motion cannot look better than this. That said, there's not much more to this trailer than how it looks. Every time they told a joke in this trailer, it fell flat for me. It took me out of the trailer and made me think, well, maybe I won't see this opening weekend. That said, the story looks interesting. I don't know what the story is, but it involves paper and killing witches, and I am down for that. But again, the humor falls flat, but I'll probably still see it opening weekend in 3D because Laika makes amazing looking films. Even if I come out thinking, the story's not great, I never come out thinking, oh man, this movie looked hideous, because they don't. Laika makes amazing looking films. Finally, the trailer for Popstar Never Stop Never Stopping. This is the first film from The Lonely Island, starring Andy Samberg, and I love The Lonely Island. I loved their stuff on SNL, Lazy Sunday, I Just Had Sex, I'm on a Boat, This Is the Tale of Captain Jack Sparrow. That one, they're brilliant, especially in short form comedy. I didn't like the trailer. I don't know what more to say about it. It looks like it's going to be a Spinal Tap kind of movie, a faux documentary that follows this guy named Connor as he tries to be a pop star on his own. It looks like a Justin Bieber makes Justin Timberlake situation, where he's a huge pop star now, but he came from a background like Justin Timberlake from an NSYNC kind of group. The effects looked lame. There was a bit with Adam Levine in the trailer where he's supposed to be a hologram, and it looks completely flat. And with a joke like that, I think the effects need to be good. It'll probably be cleaned up by the final version, but it was one of those things that made me think, okay, this isn't a big budget. This is amateur. I'm hoping it is an amateur because there are a lot of cameos in this film that I'm looking forward to. Joan Cusack, Martin Sheen, Sarah Silverman, although she doesn't look like she's a cameo. The other two do. Seal's in the film. Pink. Tim Meadows. Bill Hader has a major part. Again, a good cast. I'm looking forward to the cast. I don't know if they'll be good. If this film will be good. I'm really, really hoping because I really, really like Lonely Island, and if another TV show I'll mention is Brooklyn Nine-Nine. If you're not watching that, you're missing a hilarious show. Of course, you're also missing great comedic performances by Andre Braugher. He's great, but I digress. This is not about him. This is about Andy Samberg. He is great too in Brooklyn Nine-Nine, and I want him to transition to movies and be successful all around. But we'll see. This trailer felt like a teaser because there wasn't much of a story that it showed, and maybe there isn't much of a story to the movie. Maybe it's just a documentary type film, and hopefully if that's the case, it's funnier than this trailer. But we'll see. Anyway, this was a bit of a short episode. Usually I would also go into Twitter questions right now, but nobody has submitted Twitter questions. So if you would like to submit a Twitter question for my next episode, which I hope will be tomorrow with movie news and other segments, you can tweet me at BaconRelatedPun. There will be a link in the description to my Twitter, so if you don't know how to spell BaconRelatedPun, it'll be written out for you. But please submit questions about movies, TV. It can even be about other things too. Books, music. Just send questions. I want to answer anything. So that will do it for this very first episode of A Slice of Bacon. My name is Matt Bacon. Again, you can reach me at Twitter at BaconRelatedPun or send me an email at mbacon@hiddenchaos.com. I love getting reader mail. I don't have any, well, not reader mail, I guess listener mail, and I haven't had any listeners yet, so we will see how this goes. Signing off, it's Matt Bacon. Have a wonderful Tuesday afternoon.